If you guys want to have the stickiest aim in the game, you guys want to be able to look at people and just aim at them and not have to do any of the hard work, well, you've come to the right video. I'm going to show you guys all these settings in this game that you need to change right now in order to have the best accuracy possible. And I'm going to say it, I'm going to be honest with you guys, this is not going to be a video where I'm going to show you like graphics or anything like that. I'm not going to show you none of this. I'm not going to go into the controller settings and show you every single controller setting, audio settings, none of that, all right? We're just going to be talking about the most important settings to actually stay on target, to have the stickiest aim assist in the game, and let's get straight into it. So first off, we have to go into the interface. Now, you might think the interface, why the interface? It doesn't make sense. There's a few things in here that you actually need to go to. And the first one, and especially if you've been playing recently and you notice that you don't have this anymore, go over to your crosshair and put it onto center dot. For some reason, after every single update since a month ago, this disappears in the game. So make sure that you go ahead and turn that on, all right? And when you turn this on, you want to set it to the largest. Now, unfortunately for me right now, the largest seems pretty small. I think they tweaked it. It is a little weird. It seems like very tiny to be considered the largest, but just set it to the largest and make sure you guys set it to yellow and you put the opacity up to 100, okay? That's it. That's literally it right there. Yellow is nice, or if you don't like yellow, you could put it to like a purple or something. Anything that's going to be really easy to see, anything that your eyes can track without you even needing to pay attention to it, all right? So make sure you guys go and do that. And now we're going to get into some settings here in the graphics, which again, it doesn't make sense, but there is a lot of aim settings in the graphics, and then we're going to go into the controller. Now guys, quickly before we continue this video, if you want to help me out at all, man, YouTube has been demonetizing most of my videos lately. I have no idea why. I'm going to have a PayPal me link down in the description below if you guys want to help me out at all whatsoever. I would truly appreciate that, man. Your boy's struggling at the moment, and YouTube's just not on my side, man. I've been trying, man. I've been trying. So if you guys, yeah, I mean, anything will help me out. I would truly appreciate that. And whoever does decide to donate, just know I really do appreciate it, and everything's going to go into making videos better and better and better. Let's go. All right, let's go into the graphics first, like I mentioned. Now, the graphics settings, what are we going to do here? We're going to go over to the view tab, and we're going to go over to the ADS field of view. Now, the ADS field of view, you're going to want to set this to independent. And a lot of people say that they don't like independent. It feels weird and stuff. But if you're struggling with accuracy, this is something you want to do. And I'm going to go into the firing range quickly just to show you guys what I'm talking about, because you need to see this, all right? So we're going to go into the firing range. We'll take this gun. It doesn't really matter which gun we take. I just want to show you guys a basic example of this. I don't know why it takes forever to load. Why did I loaded in sideways? That's weird. All right, so we're going to look at this guy right here. I'm going to zoom in. As you can see, he comes huge on my screen. He becomes really big, really easy to hit. If I shoot, I will stay on target. Even at this distance right here, if I shoot, I will stay on target. It's really nice, right? But then a lot of people, for some reason, they'll go here and they'll play on affected instead. And affected is cool, but look how far he looks. Look at that. Look at that right there. Any movement, the recoil already looks so much higher. The recoil already looks like it's kicking like crazy and stuff. That is not something you want in this game. Even at this range here, you can see I'm already, like, it's harder to control. I don't know how to explain it, but you're going to want to make sure that you guys have that on independent, and it's going to bring them in really big on your screen, and it's going to be really easy to hit a big target on your screen. 25 meters out, look how big he is, look how easy that is to hit. So make sure you guys go ahead and do that. And another thing in this right here, I'm going to recommend a field of view of anywhere between 100 and all the way up to like 110, somewhere like that. I play at 105. If you play at 120, look how far he looks, all right? 25 meters, that's far. If I want to get my center dot, that little white dot, even though mine's set to yellow in the firing range, it's always white. You want to get that dot laid on an enemy before you actually ADS. So let's say you're looking here, you see him, you want to have that white dot on him before or as you're ADSing, so that it's really easy to stay on target and stuff, right? That's why we have the white dot, so we could actually just know exactly where we're aiming at all times. But if you put it at like 120, it's really hard. That dot is almost bigger than his whole entire body. You bring it down to like, let's say 105 or whatever, and right now, as you can see, that white dot fits perfectly in there. It's just the size of his stomach. It's not as huge as his body or anything. It's really nice, really easy to actually stick on target with this as well. Again, just little things that help out a lot. And now we're going to go into the actual controller settings, and there's going to be a few things in here that you guys want to change as well, all right? So one is going to be the movement. It has a lot to do with it, okay? You're going to set it to tactical sprint. And the reason you're going to do this is because you'll see why. You'll see why. If you don't have back paddles, you want to follow along. Even if you have back paddles, tactical sprint helps out a lot. It's just really nice to have it, right? So if you don't have back paddles on your controller, you're playing on a regular controller where you have to jump with X or A or whatever it is, doesn't really matter, and you have to slide and all that kind of stuff with circle or B or whatever you use, you want to put on tactical sprint. And then we're going to go into the actual button layout here, and we're going to now switch jump, stand, and mantle to R3 and change stance, slide, dive to L3. Why do you want to do this? Well, it's easy. Now, as I'm drop shotting, I don't have to take my thumb off my left stick. I could still move completely. Look, my left stick is moving and I'm dropping at the same time, all right? So that way I don't have to take my thumb off whatsoever. Now another one is the right stick. I could actually be aiming and shooting and drop shotting and even jumping and all that kind of stuff all at the same time, while actually remaining accurate. And this is really good for gunfights because now you could actually aim at an enemy while jumping and not needing to take your thumb off that right stick. So it does actually help out a lot as well. And a lot of people leave comments on my videos that they love these settings and it works out great for them. But again, it's not for everybody. It's not going to work for every single person. That's why you just gotta kind of try it out and see how it works. So that's really good for button layout. And then this means that now automatically our circle and our X are going to switch. So X is going to be melee, and then sprint, tactical sprint is going to be circle. But it doesn't really matter because we have tactical sprint set to automatic anyways, so we don't ever have to take our thumb off those joysticks. It's going to help you guys out a lot in gunfights. Next off, you want to aim and fire faster. L1 and R1 is going to do that for you. If you're on a PlayStation controller or something similar, if you're on an Xbox controller or something similar to that, it's not going to feel too comfortable to swap these to L1 and R1. But if you want to aim down sights with L1 and shoot with R1, trust me guys, it's going to be a lot faster. It's just really easy, really quick to actually press those buttons right there. Like, I'm not even trying and I'm sticking onto them. Like, it's really nice. These settings are awesome. Now, next off, I'm going to talk about sensitivity. A lot of people mention it. A lot of people want to know about it. I'm going to say don't play something crazy high, but don't play something super low as well. I play on a 1.60 and a 1.65, so horizontal and vertical respectively. But I'm going to say if you could play somewhere around here, somewhere higher, somewhere a little lower, it doesn't really matter. Whatever's comfortable for you, but don't play too high. And don't play too low, because if you go really low, you're going to have a hard time turning on people. And if you play too high, you're going to have a hard time getting that white dot to actually stick onto the enemies and stuff like that, all right? So make sure that you guys are playing on something that's a little bit more comfortable for you. So slower is better. I mean, in my honest opinion, I like a lower sensitivity. A lot of you guys might like something lower than this. A lot of you guys might like something higher than this, which is why I always say this has to do with your comfort zone. If you don't like it, I can't force you guys to use it. Going down to the controller vibration, turn it off, all right? Turn off controller vibration. You do not want that on. Controller vibration is weird. It makes your thumb vibrate. As your thumb's vibrating, it's fighting the aim assist. It's not good, all right? And then trigger effect, if you have a PlayStation controller, turn it off, man. You don't need that on as well. Dead zone inputs. This is something that I find really important. Left stick minimum, if you could go to zero, okay? This means that the second you touch that left stick, even if it's a millimeter, you're going to start moving in game, which is really good if you want to be fast and stuff, all right? Now, the right stick is the opposite. Now, well, I'm on 6, and I'm going to tell you guys why quickly. I'm on 6 because I have stick drift. If I put it to 0, my character is going to automatically move in game. And look, I'm not even sprinting if you move slowly and stuff, right? So it's actually kind of nice. Once you move it a lot, you actually do sprint. So you guys could learn how to control that. It's really nice. Now, what I was saying was, right stick, you want this at 6 or 5. Or up to 15 at most, which I still really wouldn't recommend that, but 5 to 15 is the best. I'm playing on 6. If you put this to 0 and then you're in a gunfight and you move your joystick, your right joystick, just a millimeter, you will fight against the aim assist. So let's say this guy here, you're trying to stick onto him and then you move left a little, you're going to be off target. Now, if you have it at 6 and you move left even a millimeter, nothing's going to happen. You're going to stay on target. And what I always recommend in a gunfight is that you move left and right every single gunfight you get into. And you got to practice that. You got to get better at that, all right? Once you move left and right, it actually brings in the rotational aim assist, which is some of the stickiest aim assist in the game. If you're trying to aim with the right stick, which is what you think you would use, it actually fights a lot against the aim assist. So you don't want to do that. But what you want to do is utilize the two. Utilize both of them. Go ahead and do what you got to do, and you're going to see how sticky it actually is. Trust me, just try to get into gunfights, move that left stick left and right at all times, and you guys are going to like it. And then the right stick max, you want to set that up to 100. In the aiming tab, we're going to go to the aiming advanced settings, and I'm going to recommend gradual. All right, gradual is the best. Instant is not good. After zoom is not good. A lot of people will tell you instant's the best. Instant is good because, well, what this is basically, let's say your sensitivity. This is my actual sensitivity and my ADS sensitivity, which is a lot slower. As I'm aiming down sights, in that animation that I do while I'm aiming down sights, it's going to gradually slow down this fast sensitivity and gradually bring it into the slow one. If you put it to instant, the minute you start ADSing, like this little animation right here, your sensitivity is going to go low to whatever you have your ADS sensitivity to. So it's going to be really hard to snap on targets, but gradual is really good because it brings it in nice, and you guys can see you could snap on enemies a lot nicer. If it's instant, you're going to start slowing down right here, and then you're going to have to adjust your aim and stuff. And if it's after zoom, you're going to be a little too fast. You might over aim and stuff, which is not good as well. So I personally prefer gradual, and I always tell people that. And then aim response curve type, this is whatever you like. If you like linear, dynamic, standard, I'm going to be completely honest with you guys, I don't notice much of a difference. I'm being completely honest. I play on linear sometimes, I play on standard, I play on dynamic. I don't notice much of a difference. If you guys notice a difference, let me know down in the comments, but I personally don't. And this right here, 0.80, and custom sensitivity per zoom, I play on 0.85 up until a 3x zoom, and then a 1.0 for everything else. But that's it for the settings. If I did help you guys out at all, I would appreciate a nice like on this video. I would really appreciate that. Subscribe to the channel, those notifications turned on, guys. We're close to 700k, so if you could help me hit that, that would be really good as well. And like I said, man, if you guys want to support at all, if you want to support the channel just a little bit, go ahead and click that link down in the description below. I really do appreciate that. Thank you guys for watching. My name is Nick, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.